Are you Jewish? Are you Christian? Technically, I'm both because my mom is 15.2% Sephardic Jewish, according to her MyHeritage DNA test. So either way, if you're Jewish, if you're Christian, if you're a little bit of both, you're obviously familiar with Samson, the guy in the Bible, Old Testament. Samson, the guy who was this massively strong man, as long as he had his long hair. That was his secret. And then once he got rid of his hair, once his enemies found out his secret, he lost all his strength and he became like a normal man. Eventually his hair grew back and his strength came back as well. It's a tragic story. Samson, Bible, check it out. All right. But I was thinking about that, and I feel that at least for me, and hopefully a lot of you, hopefully it's the opposite of that concept. Whereas with Samson, his physical strength was him having long hair and not cutting his hair. I feel now that we've done the buzz cut, it's kind of this opposite of the story in a way. So, and you already know where I'm going with this, and that is that without my hair, I'm that much better. I'm that much stronger. Maybe not physically, but man, I feel alive. Man, I feel great about myself. Man, I love not having to worry about, well, let me see if how my hair is looking before I do this video, because this is a hair video. Nope. I'm like, as long as I do my number one guard, I'm good. Or zero, whatever. I'm good. I don't have to worry about pulling a sweater or shirt over my hair. I don't have to worry about wearing a hat and mess it up. No. Man. Wow. What if men were psychologically stronger if they just got rid of their hair anyway? What if it was a test that God put in men's lives to say, you know what? You're all gonna have hair in your youth, but as you start venturing into adulthood, some of you are gonna start losing it sooner than others. Some of you will never lose it. Some of you will be bald by the time you're 20, and that's just and some of you are going to deal with it, and some of you are not. Some of you are going to be haunted by it the rest of your lives, while others of you will embrace it immediately and move on with your life. What if it was almost like this test that God put in our lives for us to have to sort out and figure out this test in which the answer is you don't need the hair. As I always say, confidence crutch. You don't need it. But I really feel like this is a good allegory to how life actually is for men, because it is such a guessing game, and men put so much stock in their identity and their hair. And then, man, but if only you could be like me. Okay, now look, I don't want you to covet your neighbor, but I do want you to be like me in the ability of how confident and comfortable and at peace I am. You know, granted, I was all those things before I buzzed off my hair, but now that I did, wow. So yeah, it's like the opposite of Samson. Get rid of the hair and then you become stronger. And I feel bad for all the men who will never really lose their hair, but will always be fearful that, oh, I can't buzz off or shave off my hair. I would look weird. And I'm thinking, you know what? Whether I can grow hair or not is not even a question. It's, wow, I don't need hair. And if I have to eventually, man, if I had to just do the razor shave and have just skin, I could do that too. This is how I feel. I feel that men are stronger when they don't have hair. And again, go back to the episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, whatever that show's called, Jerry Seinfeld. Watch the episode with Howard Stern. You see a man who is undeniably an insecure man. He keeps talking about his hair. He hires an assistant to follow around and fluff his hair. And then meanwhile, you see Jerry, who's, I don't know, what, Norwood 4? And he's like, why do you care about your hair? And he's like, my hair doesn't do anything for my career. Not having hair is the answer. And see, for me, for a year and a half, I had to have hair to look like that guy in the suit package. And now that I'm free, I don't have to worry about that anymore. But right now, in this moment, you could become like me get the clippers. Number 1. Number 0, do it, move on. Oh, wow. See that? And here's the tragedy in this. Some of you, there's over 3,500 of you, and I'm so grateful for all of you, but tragically, there's some of you who will never face your fear and buzz it off. Some of you never will. You don't have what it takes. Even though some of you will never lose your hair, the fear of, oh no, what if I look dumb? What if I don't have the right head shape like Nick has? What if, and then you never end up doing it. And then you have this cloud over you. I don't have that cloud. I get to celebrate not having hair. I get to celebrate sharing that joy and that message with so many of you who are hearing this. And so many of you have already said, yeah, Nick, I actually know the joy that you're talking about. Welcome to the club, Nick. So, what if a man's strength increases when he gets rid of his hair? And I say strength, we can think of it as identity, confidence, however you want to do that. What if you become stronger when you take your hair away? What if it's one of God's tests for man? Not mankind, but just men in general. That whether you win the lottery or not when it comes to hair, what if it never mattered to begin with? And ultimately society sees us as more confident, attractive men anyway when we don't have hair. And God's looking down and seeing which of these people are going to figure it out, which of these men are going to figure this out and be able to move on and help other men become more confident. Well, hopefully, as the Lord looks down and sees, he will say, Nick Shell. Nick Shell is one of those who knows the secret and is sharing it with other men.